You yourself, why are you single?
In every prophecy, the timeline of God still supersedes.
You know that's not the time for you to be positioned. Positioning that what?
Why do you want to date? You now want to have plenty nonsense relationship before you
if you don't even understand how to be whole, how exactly are you supposed to help them understand how to be whole? Hi guys!
Hi!
Oh, I'm so happy to be here.
Welcome to another episode. How you guys
I'm getting Y2K today. What do you guys think? Is it Y2K? Is my Y2K? What's up? Ayo. Sorry.
I don't know what's happening, but hi, how you guys doing? Have you been? Thank you so much for always watching. Thank you for always being here. Thank you for everybody that drops a comment. Thank you for everyone that shares. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Subscriber.
And for some of you that are always watching but you've not subscribed, please shame me. What's doing you? But anyways, we're not hungry. We're just saying that you should subscribe. Please,
because we love
subscribe.
You and we know that you love us. It's time.
Right.
You already love us. You're now doing hard guy.
So please just show it. Come on.
Stop it.
All right, now let's get into what we are here to do.
So I'm the one that will start first.
Yes, you're starting
activities
first.
As you guys know, we're using this cards again from where are they from? Culture Games. Yeah, just in case. We thought to be nice. Culture Games, run us our bar, okay?
Right.
But yeah, let me find the question for you. I'm not doing long questions today. You don't have time for such. This question does not apply to this girl now, but okay, let me ask. What are some fun activities you enjoy doing by yourself? What are some activities you enjoy doing with friends or family? Do you have fun activities you enjoy doing by yourself? Do you?
I love watching movies. That's a fun activity.
That's a fun activity.
I love watching movies. I love dancing.
Yes, dancing. Okay, maybe
so that's one thing. With friends and family. I think majorly with friends and family, I really love any gathering that has to do with gathering where we go and talk. I just love conversations. Yes. I love.
Never would have thought though, because sometimes you sound like you make you feel like your social battery has died. After you run
the thing
out of it.
Before you can get me out can be but once you get me out and because I discovered that places or gatherings where we sat together, have conversations, play and all of that stay in my mind longer than
cute. Look at that. You guys inviting all out. The ones you like to do with friends and family.
And that's the one I said now.
Oh, conversation, that's true. How do you keep believing after feeling disappointment?
How do we keep believing after you? Do we have a choice?
Believe none.
You believe none.
Believe none. But
because what do you get if you don't believe? I think I get the question because it can be hard, believing again after. But I think at the end of the day, one of the things that can keep you believing again is knowing what God has said about you and knowing what He has promised you. When you have, that is why it's so good that you're not just having hope without anything substance, without an anchor. So because if you have no anchor, you just keep hoping and it might not happen. But when you have an anchor, like probably God, maybe God spoke to you, you got, okay, this is what God wants to do. It's easier for you to go back and hold on to it again. So
there you go.
All right, let's hit me. Get into.
I'm ready for you. If it's too long, exit.
It's looking like it's too long. When choosing a partner, how important should physical attraction be?
To me or to the world? I'm not answering
Answer from your perspective.
Actually, physical attraction should be important. Because I first thought that question was about spec or no spec. But it's not about spec. It's about being physically attracted to the person. Because even if you think that, oh, you have a spec and you meet somebody who is not necessarily your spec physically,
but
you can still be physically attracted to the person that is not your spec. You get what I mean?
If you're going to marry anybody, be physically attracted
Biko,
to them.
please.
Chef's name. Okay. What is your love language with God? And what do you believe the love languages of Mary and Martha were with Jesus?
Mary and Martha, and
yeah, Mary and Martha, yeah.
Quality time, Mary, acts of service, Martha.
Yeah,
true.
So what is your own love language with God?
Hey, that's the very deep question and important question. What is my love language with God? Words of affirmation. Okay, yes. Words of affirmation. Yeah,
interesting.
Because I realized that I make up names depending on words of affirmation. And I like to really say, do you know who my daddy is?
Is that your actual love language as well?
It's my love language.
So I think I think it makes sense because I'm looking at myself as well. Quality time, because I really enjoy this when I sit down, study the Bible. Like I really go crazy.
Yeah.
It's like my best time, right? You see, I say that in this life, shall marry a Christian because there are some things that I usually do that if I don't marry,
they don't look at you like you are crazy.
You know what?
Yeah.
Yes, awesome. All right, guys, that's the end of activities today. See you. Not see you next episode, but
all this peace out and what's going on. I really am in my Y2K energy, guys.
All right, let's get into the conversation for today.
What are we talking about?
Okay, so we're talking about we're still talking about.
You're not going to say, oh, I should go first. I should not go first.
Don't worry, I'm nice today.
You people.
We're still talking about singleness diagnosis, but in the sense of from your own point of view, right? So yes, we're talking about singleness. So the question is, why am I single? Like asking yourself.
Have you diagnosed yourself? Because we've spoken about people trying to diagnose you. But have you sat down and diagnosed yourself?
Because if you don't know the actual problem, you cannot find solution.
And perhaps it might also be a problem.
Yes.
So, but you will not know what
finding
to do even
reason.
If you don't. Exactly.
That's because the question can bring you not about seeing problems, but seeing
to understand what is going on,
understanding the reason. Because when you understand the reason, you are not. It changes how you now interpret the season.
Exactly.
Right. So.
Me.
My Lord,
sorry, guys. But you get the point.
So, have you asked yourself why you're single?
I was about to throw that question. Smarter. I see you. But yes, I have asked myself why I'm single because it's like everybody's asking you why you're single. You yourself, why are you single? Have you asked yourself? So I have. Am I supposed to answer?
Yes, you should.
Okay, why am I single? Yes, I've asked myself why I'm single, and I realized I haven't found my one.
Your missing rib.
My missing
ribs. No, you're the missing rib, but ribs.
Sorry. I haven't found my ribs. I haven't found the rib, my remaining ribs that I'm supposed to join to. But yeah, I haven't found somebody who, and when I say that, I mean I haven't found, not that I haven't found good people, but I haven't found somebody who fits that, and when I say who fits, that we decide to make it work together forever. Forever is very important, very key. Not for 1 year, not for 3 years, not for 5 years, forever.
Yep.
I've not found that person. So that's why I'm single. All of you that are asking me why I'm single, you have your answer now. So watch this video. You go.
So for me, I think it's pretty much very similar because one of the things the way people ask me, why are you still single? The man have not come down. So I think it's more like the answer has been different in different seasons, right? There were the seasons. There was a season where it was God Himself, like that. No matter whatever you try, like nothing was gonna work. And right, I knew that I needed to be single, and it wasn't a thing I realized at that point in time, but the thing I realized afterwards. Like you get like an hindsight, right? So realizing that okay, so now it's no longer of it's not a thing of, oh, maybe God is still working on everyone consistently, because even as at last year, ending of last year, I still had to like walk through something, you know. And but currently it's just a case of I've met people, right? Because it's not the case of, oh, maybe nobody's coming out. I've met people, but I've not just
aligned.
Yes, the one human being.
So you see,
boy,
that's
right?
why we are single.
But for some other reasons, right? For some people, right? The question of why am I single can now start, first of all, when you want to ask the question, you don't just ask it in yourself, but you also have the conversation with God.
Yeah.
We're Christians, so
very important.
It is always going to lead back to God, regardless. I'm not going to give you the first 5 steps to discover why you are single within yourself.
Who am I?
Please.
Who am I? I'm just a bloody single girl like you.
Because the truth is, God is overall is God, and the Bible says that all-knowing, and He wrote each day of our lives in His book. So He knows what you're currently going through, and He knows the end. He knows what's happening tomorrow. So He's the only one that can actually diagnose you properly as to why you are currently single, or why, even if it's God that is holding you back, as to why God is holding you back, right? So ask God. You and God, you have to sit down first of all and ask yourself. Then from there, you can now start getting reasons why you're single. For some people, it's the fact that you need to actually pray some prayers, because I know that there is a way that even things happening around you can be a pointer to why you're still single. For some people, and this can be very it might not be, I'm not going to say this is the exact reason, but for some people, the reason why they are single is just because nobody's coming around them. And it can be a spiritual issue, and it can be a thing where God is even the one that just you get. Because there was that season in my life as well that nobody was, and I remember there was a day, because I still constantly pray like, God, what's happening? Like,
they say I'm a fine babe.
You get,
but
right? And I think I remember that then after I prayed that prayer that night, I went out to go get something right from the keke. One guy was immediately I dropped the one POS guy. I was like, kilo shele. I think in that night, that space of time, like 3 people was like, you get. And I was like, God, I've heard, So it wasn't, so just for me to
reassure you that that's not what's going on.
Yeah, that's not what's going on right now. So, but for some people, it can be a thing where, that's why we said it's God that can actually show you what the exact problem is. So it can be a spiritual problem that you have to walk through. Then it can be a thing where you are being led to recognize the patterns that are working in your family, right? If you look through your family and you see that probably there's a pattern of delay, right? It might be something that you need to pay attention to, right? And pray. But when you pray, when you're praying from the place of faith, knowing that you will get victory. So
it's not from the place of fear. And just to also say that in line with that, the way you believe that God can heal your body, because you know that as believers, I've come to realize that there's a way God works with us, and there's a way we understand the way God works with us that is sometimes we can compartmentalize it, right? So because you've seen God heal your body and heal people's body, like you are used to that, you understand that God can do that, but and you don't realize it. It's just somewhere in your subconscious. But when it comes to your finances, maybe you are not so sure, because you feel like you don't have enough evidence to work with, right? So I also know that the conversation of marriage can be like one of the deepest places as well, where it's like, oh, I understand that God can do anything. And you say God can do anything. God can break any yoke. God can, break any curse. But like, do you really believe it for your marriage? Because you feel like some of the things that have happened in your life makes you question, is this even one of the things that are fixable? Because like, it doesn't look like it. Or just from what you've seen around you, either growing up, you don't really have any examples of what looks like where you're going to. So it makes it harder for you to see the miracle possibly happening, right? So you also have to ask yourself that question, like, God, is my lens and is something wrong with my faith lens in this aspect? Like, do I believe you for other things, but I don't believe that this is one thing that you can break me away from. So you have to pay attention to that. And guess what? The devil knows like what he's doing. So he's going to make you is it might hide it from you. It might hide that from you. So you have to be aware of that and just sit down and say, like, I'm going to pray this out. First of all, I'm going to pray for God to open my eyes to believe that he can do it. And then I'm going to surround myself with all those. I will look for those examples. You know, I mean, those are the places where it starts from. But yes, I just wanted to mention that on questioning God, or I mean, finding out, you know, from God, if that is a possibility.
Yeah. So please, if it's a spiritual matter, because that's very important. It might be that they are doing you from your father's house. So, right. Why is it not mother's house? But anyways.
Valid point, though. Valid point.
It might be a spiritual thing. It might be a pattern, and you can't just blindly close your eyes to it. If it's a pattern in your family, that you need to check as well. Then also, just like we said, getting the perspective from God, because getting the perspective of time from God helps you as well. Because there is a way that, you know, actually when you go to church, the word of prophecy comes out and say, oh, this year is going to be your year. You hold on to it, you go on and all of that. Not all prophecies are for you. Because in every prophecy, the timeline of God still supersedes. Right? So if God has said, no prophecy that is coming out can rewrite what God has written concerning your life.
If you're on a 3 years
journey, not
journey.
for you.
Yeah, if you're on a 3 years journey and they say 1 year.
Yeah, so because there is a way that when we receive prophecies like that, you believe so much, yes, this is going to be my year, I'm going to get married in the next 6 months and all that, and you kept on praying, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
It can start weakening your faith, right? And be like, is God not faithful to his word and all of that? So that is why it's awesome that when they say the prayer, you can go out, receive prayer, receive blessing, that, oh yes, I believe that it's going to be my year. But above all, going back to God and asking God, is this the word I should run with?
Yes.
Right. Is this the word I should
run with? And
how,
if it's the word I should run with, how should I run with it? You know, Apostle Justice Emma will always say something about, yes, there can be prophecies, but you have to ask God, like, how do I partner with you to see the manifestation?
Because prophecies don't automatically just
there are things that have to happen in alignment.
Yes. And there are times that you also need to learn how to guard prophecies, right? Because if you don't, just like I think I've talked about this before. When Jesus was born, there was prophecy that Jesus was going to be born, a savior was going to be born, but at that same time, Herod wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
And they had to start asking the angel had to come, give them instruction on what next to do. Leave Egypt, right? Wisdom, no matter what, yes, prophecy has said Jesus was going to be born, but you can't be stupid and say, no, we're going to stay here.
No matter what, if God has said it, he will do it. So cannot kill him.
There are some instructions.
The God that told you to flee.
Yes. So there are some instructions you need to ask God, okay, what? And there are times that God will start. It's very important, actually, because that's how to steward prophecies. Think about it. Because there are things that God will start giving you instructions about. Maybe go somewhere. Maybe do this. Change something. Change that. Because you can't also just automatically start changing things in of yourself. Like, oh, they said the reason why I'm single is because I don't go out. And you not start going out. Sometimes it does not work like that. My dear, you can go and you don't spend money for that.
If it's not the time for that, you will just be going outside. Outside will just be expensive on your head. That's why, like, when people say things like, oh, position yourself, this time, you have to know what is for you. You have to know the word that is for you. Because you are sitting under a congregation where a lot of people are being spoken to.
Yes.
In the word that is being spoken, everybody is collecting their own.
Yeah.
So you have to know the one you are collecting. You have to go back to your God and say,
ask,
sir,
yes,
which one are we doing? What exactly is our own inside this word? Do you understand? So if they are saying everybody should position, good. But if you know that God has told you that for this period, because again, you've now gone to ask God, like we said, like, how do you even know why you're single in the first place? Like, you have those conversations with God. How do I realize that I think I'm single because I haven't found the person. It's from asking God every time, like, Esther, one question, sir. Why am I still single? Is any particular, any reasoning? And from that place, God can then tell you, oh, I want you to be set apart for a particular period of time. And that's where you know. So you know how to steal that time. That you know that's not the time for you to be positioned. Positioning that what? Do you know that? Like when they're preaching to everybody to position to go out,
you know it's not your word.
It's not your word.
You
rest. Yes.
So right, not be expecting something that God is saying that is not coming. I mean,
meanwhile, they have training for you. Instead of you to go and do your training, you're elongating the time that you are going to position. The time you're listening to position, instead of you to sit down and learn everything they want you to learn. So that when it's time for your prophecy, you are ready and prepared for it. Another reason for like some other like singleness diagnosis, like maybe some of the times where I've realized in hindsight, just like you also said, is that I realized that there were some ideologies
that you had.
Anybody I married at that time, they would have seen shege. Like I'd have shown them shege banza.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. Even if I was God, like I wouldn't have given myself to another of his son, to his son to steward, because not to say that maybe I don't have sense, but you know how God has just taken you through a journey. I remember that I used to have a whole stronghold on conversations around submission. Like submission used to irk me.
Yeah.
Like, oh God, you have no idea. Like it used to irk me. I didn't used to want to hear. Like those were the scriptures in the Bible that I didn't used to read and understand. And if you're watching this and you feel like God is not a girl dad, I feel you 1000% because I've had those questions before, right? And it was one day that God opened my eyes to the fact that it's also a plan of the enemy to, it's not every time that the enemy will use demonic power, jim.
Yeah.
The enemy will use your mind too.
Yeah.
If you're trying to not repeat patterns, it's quickest way to make you repeat patterns is with your mind.
Corny now.
Yes, he will twist everything that God has said and make it look like what God did not say. Right? He will twist everything that, just like the Garden of Eden, right? Yeah. He twisted
the instruction,
God said, the instruction, and just made a whole different story out of it. So like God just opened my eyes to the fact that the devil is trying to keep
more like even questioning, not even twisting. It makes you question, like,
yeah, but even in that questioning is twisting.
Yeah, it's twisting, right? Yeah, but it's just the fact that you start this rebellious attitude towards what God has said.
Yes.
Right? Like, did God really say, can't you find other ways? Reality you get.
Yeah. And even when you see like what God says, so that's where, even when you see what God says, it's like you can't comprehend it because there's a way that the devil has painted it to you that you are reading the scripture and you are going for attack rather than you are going for enlightenment.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, and some of those things, like before you do one or two, God, I've already given like 5, 10. Yeah. Because I'm guarded. Also, you might also be single because God is healing you.
Yes.
You have to ask all those questions, like what is going on? Is there something else I need to learn that I'm not learning? I said on an episode before where somebody had looked at me and said, oh, maybe like I'm too hot-tempered or something like that. But that was because they knew like a former version of me, right? Because they had known me since like maybe I was a child. So they felt like they knew me, but they didn't understand that God has walked me through all of that. Because the things that made me so angry, hot-tempered, or so not tolerant, right? God has walked me through them. I now understand that it's not safe. So that's another reason why people can be single. Yeah.
Right. So just in addition to, realizing why God is still keeping it, because there's some start from a place of being truthful to yourself, right? As to why, if you're saying that God is working on you, what is God actually working on you?
You have to know exactly. You can't just say God is working on you, but you don't know.
I remember that if I was going to say, okay, maybe, last year, God had to because I couldn't continue the way I was going with the fact that I was always trying to chase.
Yeah.
Right. I couldn't continue. where I needed to like learn to, number one, I had a control issue, right? I just wanted things to work according to my timeline, right? So I was like, you can't have what I want to give to you if you want to still be in control of how it's going to work, right? So I had to learn, as much as all the learning that I'm learning, he said, there's still that one issue. There's still that one issue, right? And it was a major issue. It was a major stronghold, right? There's still certain things that you begin to see within yourself that, oh, you need to work on. I know certain things that I know that, oh, within myself that I need to work on. I was saying that I need to work on communication. I need to work on being able to have had conversations and all of that, because I can literally, because I don't like confrontation, I can literally just, not because I'm going to resent you or anything, but sometimes I don't talk about the things I should talk about, right? So, so realizing some of those things that God still, but there are certain things that are like major that God can keep you single for, and things that look like, except it is now a stronghold, that God can know that this can be a problem if you don't work on it, right? And it's very important that we need to know that aligning with God in this working, because God can want to work in you or change something in you, but you also need to submit your willingness to do it as well. Because your season might come where you meet the person regardless of wherever the state you are. But the results that you're going to get in the marriage, in the relationship, will be dependent on, what you are doing. Because relationships don't break because God is wrong entirely. But sometimes it breaks because the people involved are
the
not,
work that they need to do
they didn't do the work that they were supposed to do. So they couldn't sustain the relationship. So please, in every other diagnosis, just like we said, foundationally, asking God why, what season am I currently in, interpreting it correctly, right? Not interpreting it in the sense of what the word thinks, where the word thinks you should be currently, that, oh, you should be in a relationship, who says, really, they don't have control over your life. God does. So why should they be the one telling you what timeline you should currently be in, right? So please, asking God, first of all, He owns your life. Asking God, first of all, to help you interpret. Then also, on the other aspect of also being truthful about yourself, diagnosing yourself and sitting down to ask yourself questions. And also, even if God is saying that, like, you've not met the person.
Me dateable? Are these things about me marriageable?
Yes, even if God is saying that, it's because you are still waiting for the person. Do continue the work that you're supposed to do on yourself.
Because it's you who find a wife, not you who find a wife to be.
Yes, you should also have in mind that you want to be the best version, not the perfect version, the best version of yourself when the person meets you. So it's not the thing of you are just waiting, but you're not.
Yeah, because I was going to say something to just piggyback on what you were saying about, just in case anybody is watching and is like, yeah, but like God will still, like, you are never going to be perfect entirely. Like, God is going to still be working on you, and God does work on people in marriages. So it's not an excuse that, oh, people are single because God is working on them, because He cannot work on them in marriage. But God understands the things that cannot go into the marriage. The things that perhaps even the longing of that promise, right, would make you want to do that work, right? Compared to if you already have it, and how you can relax or how you can also be distracted, multiple things. Imagine you are married now, you have kids, you've not finished your own healing work, you've not finished understanding.
You guys are not bleeding on each other.
You're bleeding on your partner, you're bleeding on your children. Children that you're supposed to help to become arrows in the hand of God, children that you're supposed to help to become whole human beings. If you don't even understand how to be whole, how exactly are you supposed to help them understand how to be whole? So you have to go through all of those. You have to go through that process for you to, and God will do what He deems fit. If God sees that, okay, you're at a level where, I mean, it was Pastor Dalapo that was even saying that his wife, like, God told her that she was going to marry not for companionship, but for assignment, right? So, and that's somebody that probably, maybe she wanted to initially marry for companionship, but God had to walk her through that, because if she does not release it, the marriage that He has planned and prepared for her, she wasn't going to get it, because you can't. If God is very, And he needs the assignment to go on. So he probably will not give Pastor Dolapo another person who has surrendered themselves to marrying for assignment, rather than somebody who is still struggling
to
with that.
Because for Anna couldn't see. Samuel had to be the first. But Anna was not going to get Samuel until she get to the point that she could release Samuel.
Exactly.
Abraham can never get Isaac until the point that he could release Isaac.
Yeah.
Right? So there are things that, by God's mercy, God is going to hold you back from getting, right? But
God's
being
mercy.
truthful, because there are things that we interpret as, see, sometimes the singleness that you're in, the singleness is so long, sometimes it's God's mercy. Sometimes it's God's mercy. God hiding you sometimes is God's mercy.
Yeah.
Because why do you want to date? You now want to have plenty nonsense relationship before you
like, what's even the point? Which also makes you ask the question like, okay, why am I single? Because is it that you are intentionally dating, or you're just dating because you don't want to be single?
Or why do I even want to get into a relationship? That's not even why I'm saying. Why do I want to get into a relationship?
Why exactly do I even want to marry?
Because the reason why you want to marry, not because you want someone to be calling baby, and then you actually do done.
Yeah,
I remember that. I mean, it's there.
What we mean, anyway, please, for our audience that are not Yoruba,
I think I remember that.
It's valid to call somebody a baby.
Yeah. So I'm not saying that it's not valid, but if that's the major reason, that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
So I think there was a day that did I drop a comment, or I responded to something, and people in the comment section about why they were so single, and they were saying something like, the way, I can't remember, but it was going around the sense of, God has to give them this kind of person in the sense of body, spec and all of that. So I'm not sure whether that's the actual question, but this is like, that was where something was going on, that this is one thing that they are looking out for, right? So that, the person has to look at it. If not, someone saying like, if not that, they would, they more like they would go out, but their eyes would shut me. And I was like, your singleness, in your head, I said your singleness just started.
Yes.
Because the truth is, if your reason why you still want to get married, we need to understand that, Jesus, talking about kingdom marriages, I know we always have this conversation, it has gone round that, it's only when people that are popular, that everybody shouts kingdom marriage. I get the idea. But I want to be very... Real? Yeah, now.
Are you for real?
Yes. People will be complaining about, why is it that, but when other two
I used
Christians
to comment now when two Christians marry and say kingdom marriage.
When other two Christians are married, we don't count it as kingdom marriage. But this is the truth. Two Christians getting married does not make it kingdom marriage. Kingdom marriage has assignments. It's for the kingdom. And we need to get to the point that we are okay with the fact that it is. I know that when you see people that are popular, that you can see works of what they are doing for the kingdom.
Because that's why they are even calling it kingdom marriage. Because
these people, we're not saying that you people are not showing workings, like you get. Because again,
your assignment can be your family.
Yes, we can't be result oriented alone as well.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm saying that whether you are known or not, because you are Christian because two Christians are getting married does not make it a kingdom marriage. If they are not getting married for kingdom purpose.
Yes, but it should even be
a kingdom marriage, but the truth is not whether
they want to work.
Not everybody does marriage for kingdom purpose.
Exactly.
It should be a kingdom purpose. And that speaks to why you should ask yourself, why do I want to get married? If the reason why God should give you a husband is because he's doing you, you're tired of being single, you just want to, just very minimal thing, companionship, I just want someone to be talking to. I mean, you can find somebody, but
yeah, you can.
If it's going to be what God is going to give to you, you need to change.
Yeah.
You need to change.
Not even from a place of, let me just do it because they say, maybe perhaps when I start looking for kingdom marriage and when I start saying, I want to
you cannot no matter what you're trying to do, you cannot deceive God.
Yeah,
just like you can. So if you've not gotten to the point where you are actually doing it for kingdom, God knows that you're not doing it for kingdom.
Yes, and you also understand your assignment.
Yes.
Because two of you are supposed to come together to chase 10,000, right?
Yep.
So you have to understand what your assignment is, so that because it's a question that I've also been asking myself recently.
Now,
Like,
what's
the people that I get to talk to, or if I'm even looking to be in a relationship, I need to understand what's your own assignment, what's my assignment, how does it align?
How does it align?
God, how does
do you
our
come together?
assignments align together? What is your purpose for the two of us getting together?
Yep.
Like, that's even a question that I'm not like it wasn't at the back of my mind, or I didn't used to ask it, but like I'm now more intentional about asking it. Like, what is the purpose of this coming together and this union? We need to know, right?
And when we say that family can be your own kingdom purpose, we're not saying that just giving birth. When we say family can be your own purpose, it could be that in the sense of God is stewarding a generation to you, through you, and it requires a certain mindset, regardless of all of these. What we're saying kingdom, because we're not just only focusing on people that are on the pulpit, people that are, there is a mindset around the kingdom.
Yeah.
There is a king in a kingdom, and there is a purpose. There is an ordinance in the kingdom that you need to follow. So whether it is a pulpit ministry, whether it is a non-pulpit ministry or whatever, or purpose, whatever, there is a mindset, there is an agenda that follows it, right? So in all of this question of asking, because it's now a thing of, why am I single? Why do I even want to get married? Why am I craving this marriage, that I'm waiting for? And for other reasons, God might be showing you, these are the steps that you need to take. For some people, you need to get out more.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yes, for some people, you need to. It's true. It's very true. Yes. You're actually single because you are sitting down in your house. If you really think about it, all the people that you dated, or all the people you dated, how did you find them? How did you date them? Like, there was a time in my life that I took stock. Like, I just checked, like, how did I meet all these people? And I realized that it was at different places where they had met me and where I had met them. That's where the conversations came out from. So there was somebody I dated from attending hangouts.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like my very first hangout. So
and you're like that. Coming by the way.
You can come. But yeah,
you will crying in advance.
You will not cry.
No, I will not cry.
But yeah, it's things like that. So if God has told you that, okay, it's your season.
Yep.
To be hitched or to be with somebody, ask God, where are the places to go? That's not the time to ask, where are the places to go? No, not going anywhere.
Yes.
Where are the places to
go? Because some people are finding their partner in comment section does not mean you should go and be dropping comments.
My dear.
So please don't put yourself in pressure or on pressure or necessary pressure, right? Under pressure and all of that, and like, yes, I need to start doing it. See,
because how many will you do? How many will you try?
Because it is not your hand that you bring the man.
No.
You just have to make sure that you go to the well at the right time, that the servant is at the well.
And to be honest, you don't even want the one that your hand will bring.
You get? So please, it's about alignment and being able to, because there are times that, you've not exhausted your energy. It's not the day that you're supposed to go out. You just say, I'm too tired, my darling.
God, please.
Let God direct your energy. Let God direct you to where you're going to go. Let God direct you to what you're going to do. Let God lead you to who you're going to start having conversations with, please. Right? So, but you can ask yourself questions. Why am I single? Why do I really want to get married? Do I just need someone that will iron my clothes? Like Moyo does not like ironing her clothes. But yeah, so
baby, you're gonna iron with love. And I'll be just rubbing your back while you're ironing the clothes. Like, baby, oh my God, you take care of me so much. That's why you need to marry, actually.
So please, and also whatever the answer is will not determine what you're going to do.
And whatever the answer you come up with, please submit it to God so that God can purify it.
Yep. Well. So and let Him lead you, guide you on what to do. Don't let the world's timeline run the timeline for you.
If you already know what God is doing, then the world cannot rush you. Like, if I know that God is saying it's a season of consecration, maybe like I just gave my life to Jesus.
If the world rush you, God should be knocking your head.
Like, I'm not even going to hear what you are saying, because I know that we're not like on the same time. It's not the same thing that's wrong with us.
So in all of this, being led by God is very important. God defining the season that you're currently in, so that you're not spiraling for no reason. Like, God, I've been single for so long. Nobody is coming. Nobody is shaking. If you know that it's God that is escaping, you know that no matter what you do, nobody will come. Right? So please see from a perspective of God. This is why you're single from your own POV,
your
but
own
we're saying
POV,
that the
yes.
POV that you should actually have is from the perspective of
Yes.
God. Thank you.
Y2K, guys.
See you next
See you
episode.
guys next week.